Okay, so today is sort of the opposite of what we typically work on, specific strength, and one of those strength aspects that are important for a distance runner, because we were talking about this earlier, is this idea of central nervous system, the ability to have all your muscles fire quickly and in a synchronized way, right? We obviously don't have to have the same kind of strength that, say, an offensive lineman has, where they need to be kind of big and bulky, right? We need to be fast in a way that it doesn't negatively impact our race, because extra muscle mass is going to just be weight that you're carrying across the actual course, which we don't want. We want the right kind of strength, and that's part of what we're doing here, okay? So plyometrics fits right into the super fast running that we're doing here. The idea of when you hit the ground, plyometrics means jumps or shock training. You get more back from the track or whatever your surface is than what you put into it. So you get free energy back. We talked about if you have elastic strength, you get about 10 to 30% of the energy back for free, okay? That makes a difference in the final push, as you have two people running next to each other, who has more to give at the very end as you're actually doing that final push. So that's what we're doing here. We are doing it without shoes for the extra reason of foot strength is a very specific thing that we would like to work on, because if you think about it, if you're getting more strength with every push off, that's really more strength with every step. We're going 5,000 meters, that adds up over that long distance. It's not as important for, say, someone running the 100, but if we're running 5,000 meters, that really does make a difference in the long run, right? We talked about the idea of there's two ways to build foot strength. One is never wear shoes, which is not practical. Two is to do things like we're doing here, and what we're doing starting next Monday, where we do some longer glycolytic work on grass fields, okay? So we've been doing these to get to the point where now we can do a little bit more intense work starting next week, okay? Does that make sense how this all adds up? Okay, the idea that if you do this for a while, your foot is going to hit the ground more prepared, you get more back, and now you have a stronger push off with each step. It adds into what we're going to be doing with the super fast running, okay? So we're going to do 4 exercises each for 30 seconds with 15 seconds off each. The first one is simply just a pop in place, and remember to try and keep your knees somewhat stiff, right? Not locked knees, but so that you're not going down like this with every single step. You're getting more back with it. So the first one is just in place hops, okay? The second one is basically jumping jacks without the arm action, which you could do if you wanted. The third one is just a crossover jumping jack. And then the last one, we're gonna do bunny hops down the field for 30 seconds, and we're gonna stride back. We'll take a second in between, and then we will do round 2. Everybody got it? Okay. Then let's go ahead and do, yeah. Just to make sure we get a little bit more of it.
Why not 3 or 1?
Well, no, I mean, it just seems like that's the right amount. Otherwise, we could be here forever doing this. I don't want it to take away from the core part of the workout. This is something we're accenting it with, okay? You could do more, but then it could potentially make a lower quality fly 30. Think of this as an extension of the warm-up for what we're doing over there, okay? No, that is a good question, because, I mean, why we're doing anything, Matt, because why we're doing anything is more important than what we're doing, and that is an important aspect. I mean, we could do a longer cycle with like 8 exercises. We could do less. It just feels like that's what gets you guys most ready to go fast.
I should do like 10 jokers and not fly 30.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get this. Let's go ahead and get this started. All right, number 1, and go. Off the ground, Dane.
What the heck? This one is squirting. This area of the ground is squirting. I like some bugs come out of my foot. Running up.
10.
Why me? I got it. No one else.
Rest. Go.
Dude, mine are not even that.
Kevin, do it right. We do it in the grass because if you do it on the track, it actually probably would be a little more effective. You have a potential for injury.
Why are we doing it?
Because you have a potential for injury.
You have potential of energy for running.
Yes, but I'm trying to mitigate the injury, or the injury rate. Rest. River dance, Jared. And go. You're so bad at this. I like how you randomly do this with your hands, just like.
Coach, when are we gonna use weights?
I was gonna use them today, but.
This is preparing for our Zumba class.
Coach, me, Kevin, and Jared are doing Zumba.
You like that?
Are you proud of us?
No.
Of what?
Rest. All it has to do is do one, go once in a race for it to screw you up. You're bending your knees way too much, Brooke. I didn't say jump higher.
You have to go so high, so you have to
15. I say don't bend your knees, and she starts jumping higher. Try and keep your knees straight, Riley, or a little bit straighter. 5. Rest. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. So, once again, the alactic system contributes only 4% of the energy to a 5K at race pace. But that's not why we're doing this, right? We're doing this, again, for the strength, the specific strength gains that we get from it. The idea of somebody who's untrained, their body is not going to want to use more energy than it has to, right? The idea being that calories are survival, so they want to use the smallest amount of muscle fibers to get from point A to point B. We are trying to convince our body that yes, we need to use all of these big muscle groups in a uniform, synchronized fashion to get the most force. So that takes practice, okay? It also comes from the idea of when you are running as fast as you can possibly go, which is what the alactic system is, you actually hit the ground with about 5 times your body weight. Okay, if you guys were to go into the weight room and try and lift 5 times your body weight for squats, you'd never be able to do it, because this is a specific way of developing strength. It's the way your body is intended to actually move, so you could do more than if you artificially put weights on and artificially loaded for a type of strength training. So that's the idea behind this. So these only work if they are all fast. Okay, so we don't sandbag on this. We have to convince our body that we need to do all of these very fast. So the other thing that we do to make this different from a sprinter type workout, for a sprinter who's going 400 meters or short, the start is important, which is about 50 meters, 30 to 50 meters. That's why they would do things like out of blocks or a static start. We don't really care about that. I actually want you guys to be relaxed at the beginning, especially the first mile of your 5K, which is why we fly in. So we're gonna be here at the 110 meter hurdle start, and you're gonna fly in, so walk with me, everybody. And I need you guys to be full speed by this cone. Not jogging, and then you start running fast here. Full speed by that cone. And then we're gonna go 10 meters, which is about here. 10 meters, which is about there. If you ever had to do this on your own, 20 meters is right here, this mark on the side. And then 30 meters right here. All right, so we've gone 30 meters as fast as we can go. We've accelerated, we've used a lot of strength to get here, a lot of elastic strength to get here. What do we do at the cone? Decelerate slowly for 20 meters, hence the other cone here, okay? So we're slowing down, we're using good braking mechanics, and we're gonna be into a recovery jog by this cone, and then we continue to jog all the way around. If we were to not jog, what would we potentially be developing? We don't wanna do that until next week, okay? So, we're not gonna slam on the brakes over here because that's gonna cause too much force and you'll be really sore tomorrow. Also, does the rep end here? No, it ends at the cone. I gave you 20 meters, hang on guys, because there's a lot of this that I was saying the last couple times, is we're here and then we pull up. I gave you 20 meters to decelerate, and actually I gave you 350 meters to decelerate if you think about it, okay? Run through a step through the cone. Okay, you can hold this intensity for about 50 to 60 meters before it would really start to be an issue with acid. So if you have to take an extra step past the cone, do that. Then decelerate, and then you've got the, how much time in between?
3 to 4 minutes.
3 to 4 minutes, which would be better? 4, why?
More time the better.
For what reason?
You don't build ass.
Yes, The alactic system, 3 to 4 minutes, you reset 80% of the creatine phosphate, which is what charges this energy system. If you take 2, now we've got acid, now we're training something else, okay?
Tommy, no. Wait, what? Stop.
Okay.
Wait, you started with the class!
Hello.
Still what?
That's so rude. He ran into me.
You're recording people?
It's about to fall off.
No, it's not. 2 weeks. Hey guys, say hi to the camera. Why is it on back? Because I'm about to dust people. Come on, go. I definitely cut you off, bro.
Hello. Lexi, say hi.
Hi.
This is, we just did rep number 3. We still have like 7 more, but that's okay.
But that's okay.
Okay. So you're next.
I think she's fast.
402.
Oh, she beat my people. Yeah, don't even just stay next to me.
You talk a big game. Drive. 424. Little bit better. Good clap. 3.38. Drive the knees, drive. Good. Finish it. 420. 415. I had 420. 420.
Stop being an
PR.
Nancy.
Good job. That's a PR. Good job. Don't go that way though.
But I
All right,
heard my
we are,
for you that time.
guys. We're like perfect on PRs. Let's keep it up. Hey. What's your fast? Oh, I've got it right here. Let's see, Danny.
What was the time?
What did you get?
381.
That's exactly what I got. 381. So very close to a PR, Danny. Fastest of the season.
Oh, still
2.6.
334. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got 2.6. 3.26. It's not bad. Get there.
She slowed down before she
Yep.
got there.
You
403
slowed.
is what I-
You were really cruising, and you slowed down before the end, but 410. Yeah. But it was like right about here. You started to drift to the left, and then you started to decelerate just a little bit. Drive. 409.
407 is what I have.
I got 409, Lexi. What I saw on that one, the last time you were just up and down. This time you were kind of trying to reach and get longer strides than you really should be, okay? 6'7"?
6'9", but yeah. We're so close.
Yep, it's the same thing. Let's see, Jensen. Your best time is 5'8". You just went 3.67, which is the fastest of the season. Yeah. You're still reaching, buddy, but Tommy, what are you doing? Oh. Mine's not right. What did you get?
356.
Okay. Yeah, you were leaning like crazy, and then if you start talking, you just confirm that it's going to be slow. 3, well, I mean, it's not that bad, 3.57, but if you finish the rep, it'd be faster. Go off to the right.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you get?
363.
I got 6.1. 3.61. So you matched it. Hang on, David.
And she's been consistently in the last week she was at 4.
All right, David.
203.
Get it, get it, get it, get it. I got 3.1.
I got 3.28. So,
Okay.
but that was me messing with it because I was not good on it. I wasn't
Hang
really
on.
prepared to do it for him.
All right, so to just recap what you saw there, another really fine day for the group here on these Fly 30s. This is not what most distance runners are great at, but they're consistently getting better as their volume is still in the anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per week for the top boys, and anywhere from about 40 to 50 miles for the top girls in the group, and everybody else is still doing the same amount of time on, just a little bit less volume because their distance is different. And in fact, the day before this workout, I'll put the video in the description down below, this group did about 6,000 meters of VO2 max or 2-mile pace the day before this. So even something like that isn't able to take their legs out. And what you will see here is the yellow is the kids who set PRs on this day. Greens are season best times for those that still ran the best time of the season for them. So a really solid day. And actually 2 days before this, they did the longest long run they will do with me, which is 90 minutes, and a ton of them did their longest run of their life on that day. So they're able to do things like this. They actually also on Monday did a medium hill interval workout, which is very challenging. I'll put both those and the VO2 max interval workouts in the description down below, but there's nothing that really prevents them from bouncing back and doing things like this at this point. It really does show how strong their aerobic system is to be able to manage things like those other workouts, but to still come back and be this kind of fast. It really shows that everybody is getting what they need. So the fastest of the day is Amir. Amir and Jared have traded off the last couple times. Jared was fastest the previous two. Amir got him by just a little bit before that. And then previously, Jared had come into the season as our fastest one. So Amir's made great improvements. So that's really good, not only for both of them, kind of competing against each other here. On these days, which Jared is far out the fastest aerobic kid that we have, but it also might mean that in the track season here in a few months, we might have a decent 4x8 depending on how this all progresses. So PR for Amir, very near PR for Jared, would have been his PR before the season started. Ethan M here ran a very solid time. Again, this would have been a PR before the season, but he ran a 3.22 the week before. This is pretty much the same thing. This could simply be the difference of me clicking it a little bit different. If it's less than 0.03, 0.05, something like that, that could be as much user error as everything. Dane set himself a PR much faster than this time actually the track season about 6 or so months ago. David, he's right around the same part where he's finished last year. Hasn't quite got to that 2.8, but has gone 2.9 a couple times, right at 30. Really solid work here from David, both aerobically and in these types of alactic workouts. Really like what I'm seeing. Thomas here must really like this number 3.38 because he's hit it 3 times at least, his PR coming into the season, and then 2 times this season. You'll see Tommy's one of those pure distance kids who you really do see fluctuations in things like this. This is obviously, way different than here. Came back down, then ran this, and then I'm not quite sure what happened here. But so that's what you sometimes see with distance runners, is these kind of big up and down swings with those. Amir and Jared and Ethan, and actually these first bunch here, and I would say David is close to that, are kind of more milers. Jared can run a fantastic 5K. Also, he's a 15:55 5K kid, but he also has a lot of ability in sort of the long middle distance, you might want to say, type of thing, and so that's why I think you see a little more consistency with those kids. Thomas, this is not his favorite workout, but when he actually hits it really well, it's really solid. Ethan S. Had his PR the week before. This would have been a PR of 3.4 to enter the season, but what happened the week before? So again, you're seeing really nice trends here from the group. Matt S., 3.4, also would have been his PR before the season, so even on a day that maybe isn't quite his PR, he's still faster than when he started the season. Should have changed this from Kevin because he ran his season best, or his career best of 3.44. His PR was 3.6 coming into this. So again, really solid improvement from everybody. It's not just one group. It's not just distance or middle distance or whatever. It's kind of everybody across the board. The only Manny didn't have a great day here. He's been, I'm not really sure what it is here. I should probably chat with him a little bit about it. Had really good workouts the rest of the week, so maybe just a little bit fatigued or something. But certainly one athlete is not a trend here. So, but it is something that I need to kind of chat with him about where exactly, why is this kind of happening on this not great trend when he was trending downward here in the last little bit. Jania is a recent graduate. She does this workout on her own and kind of projects it back to me. 3.56, really nice day for her. Matt B., our freshman, he ran this time and he's been kind of reaching to that point. I even kind of mentioned it in the workout at this point that he's just trying a little bit too hard. He needs to try a little bit less. Chris here running 3.59, best time ever. Brooke matched her best time that she ran the week before. She is definitely a middle distance 800-meter runner, and all the volume I told you before is not slowing her down at all, which is fantastic. Jensen, Danny both ran their season best times, not quite at the PRs where they were at the end of last year, but they've run their best time of the season, so that's really, really solid, and their volume has definitely gone up this year. Amara is Jania's sister, so I'm just tracking that for them, but she did PR. Riley, a girl who was out, this was only her second day out, and to run 4.02, really, really good day for her. Lexi, again, this would have been, just like a lot of people have said, this would have been her PR had she not PR'd the week before, or the time before. It wasn't exactly the week before, the last week we had done it. Alex, kind of right around here. Alex is definitely also, just like Tommy, a pure distance kind of pure distance kid. So again, you kind of have these hit or misses with those kids. This is not what they're necessarily great at, but still really, really solid times here for Alex. Dana popped off a PR here, really, really solid. Dana's the one I've been calling Miss Consistent in a lot of her VO2 max workouts, and it's nice to see that's also, she's not just getting better aerobically, but also in these faster metrics. Audrey's been with us for about 3 weeks now, ran a PR. Ryan had to do this all kind of by herself, so didn't really have anybody to push with her. So I'm just kind of throwing that that workout out. With them, Lulu and Eliza, these two young ladies missed their long run earlier in the week, and they talked to me about it beforehand, and we decided that the long run for them, only being with us for about three or so weeks, that it'd be better for them to do the long run than this, so they went out and they did it, and that's kind of the idea also of communicating. Since I knew they were going to miss, I could change some things for the rest of the week from them. So in all, we had 11 PRs and 2 season best times of the 23 who ran. 48% of them PR'd, 57% of them ran their fastest time of the year. Really, really solid. I don't track this over time, but it's a nice thing to kind of keep an eye on as you go through. And it's been kind of that sort of trend over the last little bit. A little bit more than half run their season best times or PRs, that kind of thing. So again, shows that you don't just only have to work on slow, continuous running. You can get faster while you're working on these different things. So the idea of training the entirety of the athlete, not just one specific aspect. So if you like this video, please think about liking or subscribing. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments down below. And until next time, this has been Coachy TV.